This Chicago Bears news alert is presented by Manscaped. You want to stay fresh and clean with the best men's grooming products out there? Head over to Manscaped, manscaped.com, promo code BEARS20. That's going to get you 20% off plus free shipping. Welcome into Chicago Bears now. It's early-ish on a Monday morning, but we've got news to get to. News alert, the Bears are going to sign veteran offensive lineman Michael Schofield. Kevin Fishbane of The Athletic had this news first, so wanted to give him credit. Tweeted this just a little bit ago that the Bears are signing veteran guard and Orland Park native, which we should mention, Michael Schofield per source. He played in 15 games, was 12 starts last season for the Chargers. Kendall Coyne, Schofield's husband, Michael, has been in the league since 2015. Immediate help for the Bears up front. So that is the news alert today, that the Bears are signing, finally, a veteran offensive lineman. I thought this would come up. I kept saying, hey, there's still a lot of time before training camp, and then the day before veterans report, they go out and sign a veteran offensive lineman. Yesterday, Field Yates had this report that the Bears had worked him out after spending last season with the Chargers. Has played in 86 career games, 82 of those which have been starts. And this felt likely after the workout. Typically, when you work someone out, more often than not, as long as the workout goes well, you're going to sign that person. Now, that wasn't true for Anthony Hitchens earlier in the offseason. Maybe that was a poor workout, but we've seen that at times throughout the offseason. Player works out. Within 24 hours, they sign. That is what happened here, and I think that this is a key addition, at least for this season. We'll explain a little further in just a moment. But first, I want you guys to weigh in on the show. Get the comment section flowing. What is your one-word reaction to the Bears signing Michael Schofield to the offensive line? Just give me one word down in the comments. This signing makes me feel a bit better about the offensive line. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Michael Schofield, this is a fringe Pro Bowl, all-pro type of player. This offensive line went from bad to good in this one signing. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, as you look at my projected depth chart here now, is I think the interior might be set. I think it might go Whitehair, Patrick, Schofield from left guard to right guard. I expect Schofield at minimum to compete at right guard, if not more. We'll talk about the tackles later on in the show. That could be the only thing left to figure out, although I still think there will be competition at training camp. I don't think Schofield will just be handed the job. But I do feel better about how things stand on the offensive line because, to me, Michael Schofield is a clear upgrade from Sam Mustipher. Mustipher has never played extended time at guard in the NFL. He struggled with his strength as a center. What makes us think that's going to change with him playing at guard? I just never thought that made sense. Once Dakota Dozier went on IR, which, by the way, Schofield's better than Dozier, I felt like, okay, you really need to go out and sign a veteran guard, and that is what has happened here. Now, Schofield last season, his PFF grades here, I should mention, 66.8 overall. I'd say, that's right around average. Between 65 and 70 on PFF's grading system is average. 75.2 pass block, that's above average. That's pretty solid for Schofield. Tick below average in run blocking, so you add it all up. Kind of an average season a year ago. Only gave up 2 sacks, only had 3 penalties. I think you like those numbers overall. Again, this is not a world beater in Michael Schofield, but this is a guy who has started a lot of games in this league, has a lot of experience, and quite frankly, is better than what you had at the right guard spot. So I think if all goes to plan, he will be the starter at right guard. Now, when the Bears make moves, we have you covered with videos. This is why you subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications. Guys, we're less than 70 subs away from 49,000 subscribers. If you missed our video yesterday, trying to get to 49,000 before the first full training camp practice on Wednesday. Veterans report tomorrow, and then practice fully goes on Wednesday. So help us out. Let's get there. Turn on those noties. That way you never miss a video here on Chicago Bears Now more on Michael Schofield here. You're talking about a veteran offensive lineman, versatile offensive lineman with 82 career starts. I think he fits best at a right guard. That's where he's mostly played in his career, but he does have positional versatility. He can play at other spots in a pinch. Last year, played all of his snaps at right guard, which were 12 starts over 15 games. So primary starter for the Chargers. I think he missed a couple of games due to injury, but plugged and played at that right guard position and started 12 games to help protect Justin Herbert. Now, what do you guys think? I think the answer is yes. Will Michael Schofield start at right guard for the Bears? Type S for start, type W for won't. weigh in down in the comments. I think he will be a starter for this team. Now, Manscaped is the presenting sponsor for today's show, and you want to stay fresh and clean, and I'm guessing a lot of these players use the Lawnmower 4.0 before training camp, so things don't get as gnarly after they have these sweaty practices. You know, you don't want to be chafing downstairs and smelling disastrous. So get the Lawnmower 4.0, keep things nice and trimmed, and hey, it's going to up your game in the bedroom as well. 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Promo code is Bears20. The Lawnmower 4.0, the best male's ball hair trimmer on the market. Trust me on that one. Promo code Bears20, wireless charging station. It's waterproof. You can use it in the shower. It is fantastic. So go check it out. Link in the comments and in the description. I expect Michael Schofield to start at right guard, if I haven't made that clear. That's why I asked you guys. I want to get your guys' opinion, but my opinion is that he will start. And I actually tweeted this out yesterday after I saw the report that he did work out for Chicago. This is what I tweeted out, and this is kind of my thoughts bubbled up into one tweet. Michael Schofield has 82 career starts and has played on multiple spots on the offensive line. He spent the majority of time at right guard and would be a decent stopgap option to start at that position. Hashtag the Bears. And that's kind of how I feel. I think he is a solid stopgap option. I don't think this is a 5-year plan. I think this is going to be a vet minimum 1-year deal, and he's, probably going to start at right guard. He won't be handed the job, but I expect him to earn that spot. You look at his career, I mentioned the versatility. He actually came into the league as a right tackle. Denver shifted him to guard in his second year, which is one of his best years. 16 starts that season, 15 of them at right guard. 2017 ended up in with San Diego at the time. 5 starts at right tackle, 16 starts at right guard in 2018, 16 starts at right guard in 2019. Didn't play much for Carolina in 2020, and then last year back to the Chargers, started 12 games at right guard. Overall, 82 career starts with a vast majority of those at right guard after his first couple of seasons. So again, he's got some versatility, but we've talked about that right guard spot quite a bit. I think he can come in and plug and play at that position. And you got a little local flair too. Kevin Fishbane mentioned it in the tweet from Orland Park. His dad is actually the local fire chief in Orland Park, so he's from the greater Chicago area, so you've got that connection as well. I'm sure he's fired up to come back home to an area that he is very, very familiar with. Now, I do want to revisit the depth chart here. So let's just say Schofield wins the job. He starts at right guard. White hair, Patrick Schofield. That's your interior. I think you feel okay about that. Again, not incredible, but I think those are at least 3 starting caliber players. That kind of leaves you with the tackle position. And when we left OTAs in minicamp, Braxton Jones was getting the first-team reps at left tackle. Larry Borum was getting the first-team reps at right tackle. Tevin Jenkins was working with the second-team offensive line. So if Schofield is the starting right guard, I think that's where the focus will shift at training camp. At least once you get into week 2, week 3, I think we'll still keep an eye on the entire O-line early on here. Again, I don't think Schofield's just going to be handed the job. He's got to, learn this offense and everything, of course. But if he earns that, then we start thinking about the tackles. Is Braxton Jones going to hang on to that job? Is Tevin Jenkins going to get to work his way back into right tackle? Because this could eliminate him from competing for right guard if they feel like Schofield is that guy. So keep that in mind as well. Predict the Bears starting offensive line from left to right. If I had to guess right now, it would be what I just had on screen. But let me know what you guys think. Who will be the starting offensive line? And hell, throw in a free agent in there if you still think the Bears could make a move in that realm. All right, so who's the odd man out? If there's no more signings, if it's based on what you got, the way I see it, 2 of these 3 will start at the tackle spots. Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, Larry Borum. I still have hope for Tevin Jenkins, although OTAs in minicamp wasn't a great sign. Obviously, they're high on Braxton Jones. Larry Borum, we don't know completely how they feel about him, but it appears that at least one of these players will not start unless one of the guys in the interior either gets hurt or Schofield is just washed for whatever reason. They need one of those guys to start at right guard. But if he starts in the interior, Schofield, one of those 3 players we just flashed on screen will not start the season as a starter. So we'll see who the odd man out ends up being, as Michael Schofield is signing with the Chicago Bears. Again, assume a 1-year vet minimum type of deal. I don't think it would be anything more than that. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in this morning. Subscribe now if you love the Bears. Hit that notification bell, because when the Bears make moves, we have you covered with videos. We'll see you soon. If nothing else happens today, we'll have you covered tomorrow. Bears Now live, as always, on our Tuesday shows.